David Ogilvy, the father of modern advertising, once said, "We sell or else." He understood the truth that most people forget today. Marketing isn't about clever. It's about human psychology. It's about understanding what a person needs and showing them why you're the only credible solution. Since the dawn of time, marketing hasn't actually changed. The fundamentals of human desire and trust are the same today as they were hundreds of years ago. What has changed is the format. Let me show you why. In the past, we had billboards and print ads. They were very effective because they owned the space you looked at. Today, the space has shifted. We have vertical videos that stop the scroll, horizontal video that tells a story, and AI that answers your questions in real time. Traditional marketing, billboards, blogs, radios, it still works for awareness. But awareness isn't the same thing as trust. Ogilvy ran a print ad for Rolls-Royce with the headline saying, "At 60 miles an hour, the loudest noise in this new Rolls-Royce is the electric clock." And it became the most celebrated ad in history. Not because the format was special, it worked because the message was undeniable. That's the difference between a format and a fundamental. For a lot of people are thinking about, my business has survived referrals, word of mouth for 25 years. Why do I need a video? Why do I need AI? And you're right, you probably don't. Referrals are powerful. Word of mouth is the original marketing. But here's the problem, referrals don't scale. They depend on someone remembering you at the right place at the right time. In today's day and age, that's becoming really hard. If your presence is only with a business card that's gonna be put into a drawer, then that's a problem. If you want to build a brand in 2026, you have to understand proximity. The closer you are with the customer, the faster you build trust. And there's nothing closer to your customer than a device in your pocket. When your personal brand shows up on a smartphone, you are the guest of their personal life. That's the brand awareness that turns into brand loyalty. A local home service company spends thousands of dollars a month on billboards on the highway. Maybe thousands and thousands of cars drive past them. But how many of those drivers need a plumber right now? In reality, almost none. Now let's compare that to a 30-second video on Instagram or YouTube, where an owner walks you through a problem or a job show. He shows how to fix it. He says, "If this happens to you, call me today." The video lives in the customer's phone. It gets shared, it gets saved. It shows up again 6 months later when the pipe actually bursts. Different budgets, social media is a lot cheaper. One creates a blur on the highway and the other one creates a relationship over time. One more thing I hear all the time, is AI all hype? Let me put that in perspective. People said the same thing about the internet in 1998. They said the same thing about social media in 2009. They said the same thing about short-form content in 2019. Every single of those fads created entirely new industries and bankrupted businesses that ignored them and didn't adapt. Ogilvy built his empire on search. He studied consumer behavior more rigorously than anyone else at the time. If he was alive today, he would be debating whether AI matters. Marketing is the oldest profession of persuasion. The tools have evolved from the ink of paper to algorithm and to AI, but the goal remains to be the trusted name in your local area and the room. The businesses that will win the next decade aren't the ones with the biggest budgets. They're the ones who understand this better. Trust is to build through proximity. Proximity lives through a smartphone, and the smartphone is powered by video and AI. At PMT Digital, we honor the old school fundamentals, but we execute them with tomorrow's technology. Let's build a legacy together. I hope to hear from you soon.